Hello students, welcome to the English class. In today's class, let us read the lesson Unit 6 Prose Journey to the Top. It is a life story of the mountaineer Bachendri, the first woman to ever climb the Mount Everest. We'll watch the first part of the video and the explanation of the lesson, partial explanation of the lesson in this video. Before we go on to read the lesson, let us learn the meanings or find few new words which come across in this lesson. Modest is small. Rebellious is one who fights against something. Snow-clad is covered with snow. Amuse is feel happy, pleasantly happy. Few more words. Persuade is make someone believe. Graduation is getting a degree. Mentor is one who advises or who is a guide. Determination is decisive. Adventure is exciting or dangerous experience. Mountaineering, the sport or activity of climbing mountain. Let us now read on the lesson. Journey to the top. What does Bachendri say as a mountaineer? I have realized that there are many Everests one has to climb in one's life, says Bachendri famous mountaineer. Now, here she says that it's not, there are many Everests one has to climb in life. It's not just climbing a mountain. There are each and every one climbs a mountain. It's the life's mountain. It's not climbing a mountain literally. One who everybody has some problems in life which they have to overcome. Let us learn something from Bachendri Pal's life. Bachendri Pal was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. The middle one of 5 children, she was born in 1954 at Nakuri, a small village in Garhwal Himalayas in the present Uttarakhand. Bachendri Pal was from a modest background. Her father was a border tradesman who would take wheat flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses and goats. He eventually married and settled near Uttarkashi where the couple raised their family. So who is Bachendri Pal here? She was the first Indian woman to climb the summit of Mount Everest. The middle one of the 5 children, she was born in a small village of Garhwal Himalayas in a Nakuri in the year 1954, which is called the present Uttarakhand. What is the present state Uttarakhand? She was born in that particular place. She was from a modest background. What did we read? For modest, it's a small backgrounded family she had. Her father was a tradesman who used to carry wheat flour and rice from India to Tibet on mules, horses and goats, not in any other transportation using these animals. And he eventually got married and settled near Uttarkashi where they raised their family. Let us now know the childhood of Bachendri Pal. How was her childhood? Always a rebellious child. Bachendri loved wandering in the snow-clad Garhwal Himalayas. She dreamt of flying in aeroplanes and meeting famous people and thus always amused her family. She was an active child and did well in her studies at school. She excelled in sports too. She was independent and fearless. She climbed together with a group of 12-year-old classmates 4,000-meter height during a picnic. As she could not come down before nightfall, she had to spend the night there without food or shelter along with others. So let us see the childhood of Bachendri Pal. She was a rebellious child. What is a rebellious? One who fights against something, always having daring thoughts. She was such a child, and then what she dreamt of, flying aeroplanes and meeting famous people, and this was always funny for her family. And she was an active child, did well with her studies, and also she was good at sports. She was very independent and fearless. This describes the nature of Bachendri Pal here. And when she was a 12-year-old child, she climbed along with her classmates a height of 4,000 meters. That means 13,123 feet during a picnic. They could not come down before nightfall. That means before night they couldn't return back. So the whole night they had to spend without food or shelter along with the others. This paragraph let us learn Bachendri's love for adventure. The experience remained in Bachendri's memory. It increased her love for adventure and the mountains. At 13, like most of Garhwal girls, she was expected to leave school and help in house. But her determination to study impressed her parents, who allowed her to finish high school. As a student, she earned money by sewing in her spare time. The principal of her school persuaded her family to send her to college, where she defeated both boys and girls, rifle shooting, and other competitions. Now, what do we see? The Bachendri's love for adventure. She loved an adventurous life. So the experience of staying back, climbing the mountains and coming back remained in her memory forever, and it increased her love for adventure and mountain climbing. At the age of 13 years, like in that village, most of the girls, when they were about 13 years, they had to leave the school and help out in the household work. But Bachendra's determination to study impressed her parents. They, looking at the interest of their child, they wanted her to continue her studies and they allowed her to finish high school. And as a student, she earned some money. When she was free, she used to stitch clothes, sewing. After that, she used to earn some money for herself. And the principal of her school insisted her family to send her to college, where she defeated both boys and girls in rifle shooting and other competitions. Bachendri was the first girl in the village with a degree. Let us read on how she completed her education. Her BA graduation thrilled her parents, who had wanted her to be the first girl in the village with a degree. She eventually did an MA in Sanskrit and then B.Ed. In spite of these achievements, the job offers that came in were only temporary and junior level positions. Inspired by her love for the mountains, Bachendra decided to apply to the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, which is in Uttarkashi, for the basic mountaineering course. She was judged the best student in the course and much to her surprise was marked down as Everest material. She completed her advanced mountaineering course too with flying colors. Then Bachendri climbed the Gangotri and Rudugaria in an advanced camp during her time at NIM. So, a village girl completing her degree was really an achievement during those days. And her BA graduation thrilled her parents. Parents were very excited and they wanted their daughter to be the first girl in the village with a degree. And after that, she did an MA in Sanskrit and then B.Ed. And now here you can watch. Why is this an article used in front of MA? M is a consonant, but still you are using an MA because MA pronunciation M sounds the phonetic sound E, and that is the reason why you use article an. And then she also completed her B.Ed. In spite of these achievements, she was jobless because whichever job opportunity came to her was only temporary, means for a very short time, and even junior level positions for her education, the career or the job what she got did not match. And inspired by her love for mountains, Bachendri decided to apply to the Nehru Mountaineering Institute of Mountaineering NIM. So with her interest, she applied for the mountaineering course. And then she was judged the best students there in the course, and much her surprise, she was marked down as the Everest material, means she was made to climb that mountain. The person who is already trained to climb the mountain, and she completed her advanced mountaineering course too with flying colors. And she climbed the Gangotri and that was 6,672 meter or 21,900 feet high, and Rudugaria, that's 90,091 feet, in an advanced camp which was organized in 1982 during her time when she was studying in her NIM, that is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. And this shows that she was an adventure loving girl. Let us read about the implementation of Bhagirathi Seven Sisters Adventure Club. How this was established. Her mentor, Brigadier Gyan Singh, the director of the National Adventure Foundation, that is NAF, came to Uttarkashi in February 1983 to run an adventure course for teachers at the NIM, that is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. He started the 7 local educated women, including Bachendri, for scholarship. Bhagirathi Seven Sisters Adventure Club was set up by him after he came to know through Bachendri Pal that the poor could use their mountaineering skill to make a living. So now here, who establishes this club? Here, Bachendri's mentor or a guide, Brigadier Gyan Singh. He was the director of the National Adventure Foundation. He came to Uttarkashi in February and to run an adventure course for teachers at the NIM, means one who can teach mountaineering. Now, he started the 7 local educated women, including Bachendri, for scholarship. Now, 7 locally educated women were taken and they were given scholarship. And then that time it was set up that Bhagirathi Seven Sisters Adventure Club. And he came to know through Bachendri Pal that the poor could use this mountaineering skill to make a living. Through this becoming a trainee or a trainer for others to climb mountains, one could earn living, and that would help these women. This was a unique organization for girls and women to help other girls to find adventure. The scheme would take care of the monetary worries of trained girls and women. Bachendri, whose family was under economic pressure, became an instructor here and reduced their financial burden. Now, what was established? The Bhagirathi Seven Sisters Adventure Club was a unique organization, was something special for girls and women in order to help other girls to find adventure. Now, these girls or women who were there would train other girls to climb mountains or find adventure. And this scheme would take care of the monetary worries of those who are working there. That would help them. It was a monetary beneficial for these women and girls. And now even Bachendri's family, which was under economic pressure, which had financial problems, so she became an instructor here and reduced their financial burden. And because of her working, she also became one of the trainee. She had become an instructor here in order to train the mountaineers.